Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's Perth Mint Gold Sales Update for the month of June 2017. The Perth Mint Gold Sales topped the U.S. Mint for the third month in a row in June. Now, we talked yesterday about the United States Mint gold sales being down at 10-year lows. In May, they were at 14-year lows. That gives an incomplete picture to gold demand around the world, however, because the Perth Mint, which is a much smaller mint than the US Mint, has been outselling the US Mint. Let's take a look. Perth Mint sold a respectable 19,259 ounces of gold in June, which topped total US Mint gold sales of 8,000 ounces in June. And that is the United States Mint total ounces reported, including 1/10, 1/4, 1/2, 1 ounce American Gold Eagles, and all 1 ounce American Gold Buffaloes sold. So this was the third month in a row that the Perth Mint gold sales topped the US Mint gold sales. However, the gold sales at the Perth Mint in June were down 39% from last June, when they sold 31,368 ounces. We're going to take a look at some charts and compare what the Perth Mint's been doing. Also compare it to the United States US Mint, and we're going to preview some silver sales, which are quite surprising from the Perth Mint as well. So Perth Mint gold sales fell 31% in June from May, when they sold 29,000. But let's take a look here. Sales bottomed out in April at about 10,490 ounces. That was the lowest in many years. I don't have a chart. I think Nick Laird's chart shows, yeah, there's nothing in the last, since 2012, that was that low for any given month. Now, while 19,000 isn't rocking the house here, it's okay. And 29,000 last month was quite respectable. And so the Perth Mint has not really seen a dramatic fall in its gold sales. And I could argue that, you see these months right here, lots of gold sold at the end of last year and in January, and perhaps who they sold it to were working off their inventory. So the fact that they're still selling this amount shows that the demand, at least from the Perth Mint's perspective, seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to be falling off a cliff like it does at the US Mint. Now let's take a look here. So here's a longer term chart of the Perth Mint, 2014, 2017. And as you can see, recently, these are record months right here. Just 6 months ago, 7-8 months ago, Perth Mint was selling the most gold it had ever sold. So when we get down to 29,000, you average these two out, 30,000 and 20,000, 25,000. You know, it's about what they always sell during this time period. They do have their spikes, but there's no big fall off in gold sales at the Perth Mint like there is at the US Mint. Let's take a look now. And by the way, you can see these charts better on the Smaulgld website. I'll put a link below. Just go to smaulgld.com. You can see them. Also, you can buy Perth Mint coins, gold coins. There's some links here. Helps the site out. You pay no more, no less than if you visited the sites directly. SD Bullion, BGSC, Money Metals Exchange. And you take a look. You compare pricing. If you're interested in buying gold or silver, you could do so through the Smaulgld site. And Smaulgld gets a small commission. All right, now here's what we need to look at. So the Perth Mint, it's a sovereign mint, but it's not the mint that makes the coins for Australia. That's the Australian mint, but it's still a government mint. It's owned by the district, I forgot what it's called, but the area out where Perth is in Western Australia. It's a government mint, and generally the US Mint outsells the Perth Mint for gold and silver. And also the Perth Mint generally sells more gold than silver, but in recent year and a half, 2 years, the Perth Mint has been selling a lot more silver than it used to. Now what's interesting is that the Perth Mint has outsold the US Mint now 3 months in a row in gold, and we're going to see tomorrow, for the first time, they outsold the US Mint in silver. So it's not so much, and it's a factor. The Perth Mint is increasing its sales, but the US Mint is decreasing its sales. So let's take a look. The Perth Mint in, let's take August 2016, sold 376,000 ounces of silver, 14,000 ounces of gold. And so that was a 25-to-1 ratio of selling silver to gold. And the US Mint in August 2016 did about the same thing, a 25-to-1 ratio. Now let's go down to the most recent month in June 2017. U.S. Mint sold 986,000 American Silver Eagles and just 4,000 1-ounce American Gold Eagles for a 246.5-to-1 ratio. So we've gone from a 23-to-1 ratio of both mints to 246-to-1, showing that while silver sales have declined at the U.S. Mint, gold sales have declined even more. So you've got this ridiculous 246-to-1 ratio. Now the Perth Mint in June sold 1.215 million ounces of silver. I think that's the fourth or the fifth most they've ever sold. So June was a big month for silver at the Perth Mint, and gold was okay, but the silver to gold sales ratio there was 63-to-1. So there are signs of life in the silver retail market. I would expect that to continue if you see this sub 16, low $16 an ounce silver. However, the gold silver ratio remains above 70, and in the most recent month it was 74.73-to-1. So we may expect to see greater silver sales in the coming months. We also have coming up not just the Perth Mint silver sales and an analyst of those, but May silver sales in India, pretty big deal, also in gold. So silver seems to be catching a bid on the demand side, physical demand side. And I have to say, actually, gold does too, other than at the U.S. Mint. Be interesting to see where July U.S. Mint gold sales are. But from the incoming data, and we'll have the Shanghai Gold Exchange soon, there is not a shortage of demand in physical in gold and silver. It's those anomaly numbers that we're getting out of the U.S. Mint, especially for gold. So stay tuned. We'll have Perth Mint silver tomorrow. We're also going to have Indian silver, Indian gold, and we're going to have the second quarter performance of gold and silver versus all major global currencies. Thanks for listening.